Page 484, textual, textual, grammar, grammar, 10 marks. Change of voice, change of narration, transformation of sentences, joining of sentences, splitting of sentences, articles and prepositions. Change of voice, page 485. Voice is the form of the verb in the sentence that shows whether the subject acts or is acted upon. ভার্বের যে রূপ তার সাবজেক্ট সক্রিয় বা নিষ্ক্রিয়, অ্যাক্টিভ অথবা প্যাসিভ তা নির্দেশ করে তাকে ভয়েস বা বাচ্য বলে। Quote, voice shows the contrast between a sentence in which the doer of the action is subject, active, and one in which the person or thing affected is subject, passive, stop unquote. A.S. Hornby. Quote, voice is that form of a verb which shows whether what is denoted by the subject does something or has something done to it, stop unquote. Wren, W-R-E-N, and Martin. Kinds of voices. There are mainly two kinds of voices, active and passive. এখানে একটি টেবিল দেওয়া আছে, টেবিলের বাঁ দিকে নাম্বার দিয়ে অ্যাক্টিভ ভয়েস, ডান দিকে প্যাসিভ ভয়েস। 1. Active voice. The verb is in the active voice when the subject itself does the work. কর্তা যখন নিজেই কাজটি করে। Passive voice. The verb is in the passive voice when the subject does not do the work or does not act, that is, remains inactive or passive. কর্তা যখন নিষ্ক্রিয় থাকে। 2. The subject itself is the doer of the act or works in the active voice. কর্তা নিজেই কাজটি করে। Passive voice. The subject in the passive voice is not the doer of the action. The subject is instead the receiver of the result of the action. কর্তা কাজের ফল ভোগকারী। Active voice, subject, doer. The teacher, verb, punished. Object or receiver, grahok. The disobedient boy. The teacher punished the disobedient boy. শিক্ষক অবাধ্য ছাত্রটিকে শাস্তি দিয়েছিলেন। In the above sentence, the subject, the teacher, does the work of punishing. Hence, the verb punished is in the active voice. Passive voice, subject, receiver. The disobedient boy, verb, be plus past participle, was punished, agent, by plus doer, by the teacher. The disobedient boy was punished by the teacher. অবাধ্য ছাত্রটি শিক্ষক কর্তৃক শাস্তি পেয়েছিল। Here the subject, the disobedient boy, does not do the work of punishing. He instead receives the effect or result of punishing. Hence, the verb was punished is in the passive voice. Note, only the transitive verbs, that is, the verbs having objects, shakarmak kriya, can be changed into the passive voice. Active voice to passive voice. The passive of an active tense is formed by putting the verb to be into the same tense as the active verb and adding the past participle of the active verb. The subject of the active verb becomes the agent of the passive verb. The agent is very often not mentioned. When it is mentioned, it is preceded by and placed at the end of the clause. A.G. Thompson and A.V. Martinet. এখানে একটি ডায়াগ্রাম দেখানো হয়েছে, সেখানে মাঝখানে আছে অ্যাক্টিভ ভার্ব, বাঁদিকে সাবজেক্ট, ডান দিকে অবজেক্ট। Page 486. In the above sentence 1, the object of the active verb, quote, a fantastic goal, unquote, has become the subject of the passive verb. Objective subject হয়েছে। 2. The subject of the active verb messy, M-E-S-S-I, has become the object in the passive and it is preceded by the preposition by. সাবজেক্টটি অবজেক্ট হয়েছে এবং তার পূর্বে বাই বসেছে। 3. The main verb in the active voice has been changed into its past participle form. Main verb-এর past participle রূপ হয়েছে। 4. The past form of to be verb was has been put before the past participle form. Verb to be past form ব্যবহৃত হয়েছে। Voice in various tenses. এখানে একটা টেবিল দেওয়া হয়েছে, বাঁদিকে হচ্ছে ভয়েস, তারপর সেন্টেন্স, তারপর টেন্স। অ্যাক্টিভ, we eat rice. Tense, present indefinite. Passive, rice is eaten by us. No tense. Active, we are eating rice, present continuous. Passive, rice is being eaten by us. Active, we have eaten rice, present perfect. Passive, rice has been eaten by us. Active, we ate rice, past indefinite. Passive, rice was eaten by us. Active, we were eating rice, past continuous. Passive, rice was being eaten by us. Active, we had eaten rice, past perfect. Passive, rice had been eaten by us. Active, we shall eat rice, future indefinite. Passive, rice will be eaten by us. Active, we shall have eaten rice, future perfect. Passive, rice will have been eaten by us. General rules for changing the active voice into passive. Rule 1. The object of the verb in the active voice changes its position and becomes the subject of the same verb in the passive voice. অ্যাক্টিভ ভয়েসের অবজেক্ট স্থান পরিবর্তন করে প্যাসিভ ভয়েসে ভার্বের সাবজেক্ট হয়। রুল 2. The subject of the verb in the active voice changes its position to become the object or doer of the same verb in the passive voice. অ্যাক্টিভ ভয়েসের সাবজেক্ট প্যাসিভ ভয়েস স্থান পরিবর্তন করে অবজেক্ট হয়। Rule 3. The main verb in the active voice is changed into the past participle form in the passive voice. Active voice-এর main verb passive voice-এ past participle form-এ রূপান্তরিত হয়। Rule 4. The verb to be is put in the same tense in the passive voice as the main verb in the active voice, and it is put just ahead of the past participle form of the verb. To be verbed tense বা কাল অ্যাক্টিভ ভয়েসের মেন ভার্বের টেন্স অনুসারে হয়ে থাকে এবং সেটি ভার্বের পাস্ট পার্টিসিপল ফর্মের ঠিক পূর্বে বসে। Rule 5. The preposition by is mostly or generally placed before the agent/doer/object when it is mentioned in the sentence. Agent/doer/object বাক্যে উল্লেখ থাকলে তার পূর্বে সাধারণত by preposition বসে থাকে। Note: the following tenses can never be changed into passive voice. 1. Present perfect continuous tense. 2. Past perfect continuous tense. 3. Future continuous tense. 4. Future perfect continuous tense. In the passive voice, there must be two verbs. Verb, quote, to be, unquote, plus past participle form of main verb. Page 487, change of pronouns. The subjective, within bracket, nominative and objective forms of pronouns are given below. Table. Badike subjective case, active voice is subject before the verb. Dandike objective case, passive voice is object after the verb. I, ami, objective case, by, me, amar দ্বারা. We, আমরা, by, us, আমাদের দ্বারা. You, তুমি, তোমরা, by you, তোমার, তোমাদের দ্বারা. He, সে, পুংলিঙ্গ, by him, তার, পুংলিঙ্গ দ্বারা. She, সে, স্ত্রীলিঙ্গ, by her, তার মানে স্ত্রীলিঙ্গ দ্বারা. They, তারা, by them, তাদের দ্বারা. It, এটা, ইহা, by it, এর, ইহার দ্বারা. It and you remain unchanged in the active voice and passive voice. সর্বদাই অপরিবর্তিত থাকে. Example, active. We did it. Passive. It was done by us. Active. They made it an issue. Passive. It was made an issue by them. Active. You have done the sum correctly. Passive. The sum has been done correctly by you. You did the right thing. The right thing was done by you. Verb to be in the passive. The verb to be has the following forms in the passive voice, agreeing with the changed subject. পরিবর্তিত সাবজেক্ট অনুযায়ী টু বি ভার্বের নিম্নরূপগুলি হয়ে থাকে. প্রেজেন্ট, সিম্পল, am /is /are. Continuous, am /is /are plus being. Perfect, has /have plus been, been. Past, was /were. Continuous, was /were plus being. Perfect, had plus been. Future, shall /will plus be. Continuous, not in use. Perfect, shall /will plus have been. Change of voice in different sentences. A. Assertive sentences. 1. Simple tense. Passive form. Present. Am, is, are. Past. Was, were. Future, will be, shall be plus past participle form. Active. I play football. Passive. Football is played by me. He killed a snake. A snake was killed by him. They will lift the load. Tulbe. The load will be lifted by them. We watch TV every day. TV is watched by us every day. 2. Continuous tense, passive form. Am, is, are, present. Was, were, past, plus, being, plus, past participle, active. They are playing cricket, passive. Cricket is being played by them. He is working out the sums. The sums are being worked out by him. Page 488, active. They were listening to the teacher attentively. Passive. The teacher was being listened to attentively by them. I was watering the plants in the garden. The plants in the garden were being watered by me. I am at present running a bookstall at College Street. A bookstall is being run at present by me at College Street. 3. Perfect tense, passive form. Has, have, past, had, future, shall have, will have, plus, been, plus past participle form, active. I have already done my homework, passive. My homework has already been done by me. Kapil Dev had troubled all the then batsmen of the world. All the then batsmen of the world had been troubled by Kapil Dev. We shall have finished the job before you come. The job will have been finished by us before you come. He will have built the house before the rains start. The house will have been built by him before the rains start. He has just completed the book. The book has just been completed by him. B. Interrogative sentences. 1. Yes, no type questions. Passive form. Auxiliary verb plus subject plus be/being/been plus past participle. Active. Do you like the book? Passive. Is the book liked by you? Did they tell the truth? Was the truth told by them? Do you like meat? Is meat liked by you? Did the teacher complete the syllabus? Was the syllabus completed by the teacher? Will you buy a new dictionary? Will a new dictionary be bought by you? Is he doing the work? Is the work being done by him? Was she singing the song well? Was the song being sung well by her? Were they plucking flowers? Were flowers being plucked by them? Have you finished your dinner? Has your dinner been finished? Will they help you in your adversity, Durdin? Will you be helped by them in your adversity? Can India beat Pakistan in the next cricket match? Can Pakistan be beaten by India in the next cricket match? 2. WH, within quote, WH questions, active. Who did it? Passive. By whom was it done? Why did they beat you? Why were you bitten by them? Which book do you want? Which book is wanted by you? How long did she lecture the class? How long was the class lectured by her? What do you need? What is needed by you? Note 1. Who is changed into by whom? 2. Other WH words remain unchanged. Page 189. 3. Negative interrogatives. Passive form generally follows this pattern. Auxiliary plus subject plus not plus be plus past participle plus by plus object ? Active. Can I not purchase the car? Passive. Can the car not be purchased by me? Shall we not get the letters? Will not the letters be got by us? Will you not play football? Will not football be played by you? C. Imperative sentences. 1. Passive of orders or commands. Passive form let, adesh, plus object plus be plus past participle. Active. Change the voice. Passive. Let the voice be changed. Open the window. Open the windows. Let the windows be opened. Clean the classroom. Let the classroom be cleaned. Plant the saplings, charagach. Let the saplings be planted. Do your homework. Let your homework be done. Rules. The imperative sentences expressing order or command are changed into the passive voice in the following ways. Rule 1. Let, let is put at the beginning of the sentence. বাক্যের শুরুতে let বসে। Rule 2. The object is placed immediately after let. অবজেক্টটি লেটের ঠিক পরেই বসে। Rule 3. Be verb is invariably placed before the main verb. Be ক্রিয়াটি সব ক্ষেত্রেই main verbের আগে বসে। 2. Passive of requests. Passive form. You are requested plus infinitive plus object. Active. Please lend me your pen. Passive. You are requested to lend me your pen. Kindly don't mind. You are requested not to mind. Give me a glass of water, please. You are requested to give me a glass of water. Don't smoke, please. You are requested not to smoke. Please help me. You are requested to help me. Note 1. The passive sentence always starts with, quote, you are requested, unquote, stop. 2. The phrase, quote, you are requested, unquote, is followed by an infinitive. Sentence you are requested দিয়ে শুরু হয় এবং এরপর infinitive সব ক্ষেত্রেই বসে। 3. Let introducing both active and passive constructions. Active. Let him buy a mobile phone. Passive. Let a mobile phone be bought by him. Let us settle the issue. Let the issue be settled by us. Let us discuss the matter. Let the matter be discussed by us. Page 490. Number 4. If someone gets some work done by others, passive form, get/have plus object plus past participle. Active. Repair your shoes, passive. Get/have your shoes repaired by a cobbler. Construct a house. Get/have a house constructed by a mason. Correct your errors. Get/have your errors corrected by the teacher or by yourself. 5. To express orders. আদেশ করা বোঝাতে. The sentence in the passive voice starts with, quote, you are told/asked to ... unquote. Active. Do the work. Passive. You are asked/told to do the work. Come in. You are asked/told to come in. Inform the authorities, কর্তৃপক্ষ. You are asked/told to inform the authorities. 6. To express advice, passive form. Object plus should be plus past participle. Active. Obey your parents. Passive. Your parents should be obeyed. Love the children. The children should be loved. Help the poor. The poor should be helped. Prepare your homework well. Your homework should be prepared well. Revise your answers. Your answers should be revised. Passive of intransitive verbs with cognate, cognate objects used transitively. Cognate equals to a word having the same source or origin as another. দুটি শব্দের অভিন্ন উৎসের অন্তর্গত হওয়া। Active. He ran a race. Passive. A race was run by him. I dreamt a sweet dream. Passive. A sweet dream was dreamt by me. He laughed the last laugh. The last laugh was laughed by him. The army and the terrorists fought a fierce fight. A fierce fight was fought by the army and the terrorists. Note, the verb and the objects like, quote, run and rest, unquote, comma, quote, dream and dream, unquote, verb, quote, laugh and laugh, unquote, verb, quote, fight and fight, unquote, verb, have the same origin or source, abhinna utsho. Cognate object and its functioning. Cognate objects can function as the object of a verb, especially of a verb that is usually intransitive when both object and verb are derived from the same root. For example, speak the speech. Here, speech is a cognate object. Cognate object এবং তার কাজ. Cognate object কোনো ভার্বের অবজেক্ট হিসেবে কাজ করতে পারে, বিশেষত ইনট্রানজিটিভ ভার্বের ক্ষেত্রে যখন অবজেক্ট ও ভার্ব উভয়ই অভিন্ন উৎস থেকে সৃষ্ট। উদাহরণ, স্পিক দ্য স্পিচ, এই বাক্যে স্পিচ হলো একটি কগনেট অবজেক্ট। Passive of prepositional verbs. Active, don't laugh at the lame, conjo. Passive, the lame should not be laughed at. We should not look down upon ঘৃণা করা, the poor. The poor should not be looked down upon by us. Page 491, active. We agreed to his proposal. Passive, his proposal was agreed to by us. Sent for the doctor. ডাক্তারকে ডাকো. Let the doctor be sent for. Passive of verbs with retained objects. In case of verbs with two objects in the sentence, one of them is made the subject in the passive voice and the other remains unchanged and is called the retained object. একটি সেন্টেন্সে দুটি অবজেক্ট থাকলে প্যাসিভ ভয়েসে তাদের একটি সাবজেক্ট হয় এবং অন্যটি অপরিবর্তিত থাকে। এই অপরিবর্তিত অবজেক্টকে রিটেনড অবজেক্ট বলে। রিটেন, কিপ সামথিং ইন প্লেস, কোনো কিছুকে জায়গায় রাখা। অ্যাক্টিভ, মিস্টার ঘোষ টিচেস আস ইংলিশ। প্যাসিভ, উই আর টট ইংলিশ বাই মিস্টার ঘোষ। English is taught to us by Mr. Ghosh. He gave me an apple. An apple was given to me by him. Or, I was given an apple by him. Ronaldo's brilliant goal gave us much pleasure. We were given much pleasure by Ronaldo's brilliant goal. / much pleasure was given to us by Ronaldo's brilliant goal. Passive of verbs with reflexive objects. Passive form subject plus verb plus reflexive pronoun. The reflexive object can never be the subject in the passive voice. Active, we praised ourselves. Passive, we were praised by ourselves. He blamed himself. He was blamed by himself. Passive of verbs with factitive, F-A-C-T-I-T-I-V-E objects. Factitive objects of verbs take both an object and a complement. The factitive object is used as a complement to the transitive verb. It is never used as a subject in the passive voice. ক্রিয়া সম্বন্ধ যে ক্রিয়া কর্ম ও পরিপূরক উভয়কেই গ্রহণ করে। এটি ট্রানজিটিভ ভার্বের কমপ্লিমেন্ট হিসেবে ব্যবহৃত হয় এবং এটি প্যাসিভ ভয়েসের সাবজেক্ট কখনো হয় না। অ্যাক্টিভ, উই মেড হিম ক্যাপ্টেন। প্যাসিভ, হি ওয়াজ মেড ক্যাপ্টেন বাই আস। The members selected him secretary. He was selected secretary by the members. Selectors made M.S. Dhoni the captain of the Indian cricket team. M.S. Dhoni was made the captain of the Indian cricket team by selectors. The class teacher made Soham the monitor. Soham was made the monitor by the class teacher. They elected him president. He was elected president by them. Passive voice with other prepositions. The past participle of some verbs are followed by other prepositions like to, at, and with. Active, we know the man. Passive, the man is known to us. The singer pleased the audience. The audience was pleased with the singer. His failure surprised us. I was surprised at his failure. Air filled the room. The room was filled with air. His conduct displeased the teacher. The teacher was displeased with his conduct. The son's conduct shocked the parents. The parents were shocked at the son's conduct. Page 492. Passive voice of infinitives. Active. I have promises to keep. Passive. I have promises to be kept. He has to do the work. The work has to be done by him. You have hardly any time to lose now. You have hardly any time to be lost now. I am to attend the function. The function is to be attended by me. Passive voice without doer. When the action is more important than the doer or the doer is unknown, the object with/by is understood and not mentioned. অ্যাকশন যখন ডুয়ার বা এজেন্টের থেকে বেশি গুরুত্বপূর্ণ হয় সেক্ষেত্রে with/by সহ অবজেক্টটি উহ্য বা অনুল্লিখিত থাকে। অ্যাক্টিভ, I have lost my book. Passive, my book has been lost by me. People have elected a new government. A new government has been elected by the people. People speak Bengali here. Bengali is spoken here by the people. One should keep one's promises. Promises should be kept by someone. Someone has stolen her purse. Her purse has been stolen by someone. The publisher has brought out the book. The book has been brought out by the publisher. The examiner has given good marks to the student. The student has been given good marks by the examiner. We must endure, সহ্য করব, what we cannot cure. What cannot be cured must be endured. The fielder caught Virat Kohli at mid-on. Virat Kohli was caught at mid-on by the fielder. People should not look down upon the poor. The poor should not be looked down upon by the people. Circumstances obliged, বাধ্য করেছিল me to go. I was obliged to go by circumstances. Next, quasi-passive voice.